tell me a little bit about yourself and the beginning of rap for you or hip hop for you.
Well, I'm from Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Born on the South Side. A lot of my influences as far as my music was pretty much more, not just Southern,
Right.
but a lot was the East Coast. So like people like this, like you say, people didn't realize like I'm a real Slick Rick fan.
Yeah.
Like at the time, like when like around, I think I was in like the sixth grade. Around that time it was Biggie and Pac. Like most of my friends was on Pac. Like it's crazy because I said the other day I'm a Pac fan, but I know more Biggie lyrics.
Okay.
So I listened more to Biggie because Biggie was more cool, suave type. He had his own.
Fly.
Yeah,
Fly
you know what I'm saying. So it's just like I was more prone to learning Biggie's lyrics versus me learning Pac's lyrics.
Right.
So it was just like. I don't know. I just like I was more cool with like East Coast rap.
Right.
I always watched. Like I was a big fan of Fabulous. I was a big fan of Jada. I was a big fan of like Slick. All the old heads. I was looking at all that. So it's just like.
And I saw that you did Puffy for the talent show in sixth grade.
That was crazy. Cause I don't know how I got away with doing Can't Nobody Hold Me Down at no talent show.
Do you still remember the moves?
I wasn't dancing. I was just rapping. I was just rapping. They had a talent show, and I was just like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. And that was I had the cassette. And if anybody remember the cassette, side A was the dirty, side B was the clean. Something magical. I don't know how it got on side A when I got on stage, but I knew both sides. So when I heard it come on, I instantly did side B because I heard
I read that T.I. is a big influence for you too.
Yeah, Tip is like me growing up. Like I really didn't start like trying to do rap to like my senior year in high school, but I always did music. I had been in the band since like 3rd grade. So like people don't know I play instruments. So it's just like I didn't like Flip. Lil Flip was the reason. It was pretty much the reason why I wanted to start rapping. People be like, it was Flip. But Hawk raised you. I said, I know that. So it wasn't a big thing. But when Flip came, Flip had a different style than everybody else in the issue scene.
Do you feel like he gets the recognition that he deserves today?
Yeah, he does.
You do?
He does.
Okay.
At one point people wasn't giving him the recognition, but now he solidifying that right now. So it's just like, 9th grade he came to my high school, and he was in a group called HSC. So they came, my cousin Red was in the group too, and they came and I was listening. I was like, man, they rapping like. They ain't rapping like everybody else. They, they doing their thing. They twist, they doing what they do. So I became. That's the day I became a fan of Flip. My 9th grade. The OGs out here, they've done records with all the people that they say is the next wave, the new wave. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly say like, and the only thing, and it's gonna happen. We're gonna make it happen. I haven't done a record with Flip, and I want to do it. And we're gonna make that happen. I haven't done a record with Flip, and I think it's all time based. Like everything happens for a reason. That's how I see everything. So it's gonna happen, and when it happens, it's gonna happen for a reason. When I get to do a record with Flip, so like my first record put it in the air. And I like
with Young Jock, right?
Yeah, so I had we did put in there. I was actually the first independent artist on both major radio stations. Independent, no major, nothing. I was on full rotation, not just the mix show. So like around that time it was 97.9, it was 104.9. You know what I'm saying? So that's 104.9 came out the blue, and they was playing the same stuff 97.9 was playing, except the only difference was 104.9 was showing more love to the locals than 97.9. So for me to be on both stations, I had relationships with everybody, and I still got relationships with everybody. So it's like now it's really changed because it's crazy because you don't hear a lot of local artists from Houston on the radio. If you go anywhere else, you hear all kind of local music all day.
Yeah,
like they work their way from the mix show to the rotation, and there wasn't no extra nothing behind it. You know what I'm saying? It was just the city was rocking with it. We need it. The city gonna listen to whoever playing the hottest song that's in the streets. We want it. Out here it's different. It's like You'll have so many songs that's hot in the streets, but it won't get no recognition on the airwaves for people to really hear it. You have to hear it in the streets.
Right. What platforms besides radio, like let's say I'm from New York, I want to know what's the buzz in the city going on. Where would you recommend, or what would you recommend me to do to find who's hot in the city?
Every club in Houston. Just depending on what, cause like every side of town got their artists. You know, majority of us, we all like have real relationships with each other outside of music. So any side of town, you got artists on the north side, you got artists on the east side, the southwest, the south side. You got artists on every side of town. Literally, every side of town has their own stars. So you know that's what makes it different for Houston being the fourth largest city. Every side of town in Houston has their own set of celebrities, pretty much. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So you go to the north side, you know you'll see Fast Lane. You know you'll see Slim Thug. You'll see all these people on here. You'll see Ken every now and then. You know you go to the west. You got who we got out there? We got Trey from the west. You got Hot Boy Ski Taste. You got 30 Ways. You got it's a bunch of artists on every side of town. You know what I'm saying?
So, like when an artist becomes mainstream from Houston, is it because all these different areas support them, and then that's how they come up, or they get a fan base from outside of Houston?
Either, I mean, it could work two ways, just depending on the record. That's just how I see it. Speaking as a DJ, it just depends on the record. Like you might get a fan base. You can get a fan base if you got a club record. If you got a club record, some of the streets might not mess with it because it's a club record, but then you get that outside fan base. Everybody go to the club. If you make a street record, you'll have the streets behind you because the club don't never hear it. The only people that hear it is the streets. Like people always ask me how I got in the strip club. A friend of mine named China Black, a new club had opened. And she called me, and our studio actually was around the corner from the club. And it was a club called Bottoms Up off of Southport Stoke. So she called me and said, hey, it's a new club open, man. I'm over here on Southport Stoke. It's called Bottoms Up. Y'all come through and check it out. Our club was actually around the corner on Stella Link. So me and my cousin was like, all right, we're going to come through there. So we go through, we check out, it's cool, little, it's ducked off, it's cool, it's a strip club. Like, we don't really go to the strip, we wasn't really going to the strip club like that. We were just out. So they ended up giving us jobs as a promo team, passing out flyers. So we passing out flyers, I'm still recording. And one day I just said, I told Red, I said, man, you know what we need to do? We need to start making strip club records specifically for the dancers, like theme music. So we did one that was called Up and Down, and we had did it for China Black, because China Black was the one that called us to come over to the club. So we did that, song came on, her name in the song, so she, but that was her theme. So like every night she danced, that was what she came out to, her song. So then when we started doing that, a lot of the other dancers like, I want a song. So we literally made about 10 to 15 records of personalized songs for every dancer that worked at the club when we was there. And then I was the DJ, so I could easily play the songs how I wanted. So that's how I pretty much got a lot of the dancers to know me and what I was doing at the time. So
that's fire. Cause even as a bartender, I love when people be shouting me out.
If you got your own theme music, it's no way you're not gonna ask nobody to play it. Even if you got like, I can email it to you. It's not my name, but it's jamming. I swear, such and such did it. But that's what I did. That's how I circulated my name as far.
So tell me about Strip Club Junkie. Now that was your first mixtape or project that you.
Strip Club Junkie was like the reinvention of Mr.Wired. Instead of me just being like, around the time when Put It Down came out, I was more of I was in the Southern fight music era. So you played Lil Jon, Crime Mob, Scrappy, Wired Up, Bohagen. I was in that era with Put It in the air. So it's like I had to reinvent myself.
Where can people find your music? We want to check you out. Pop My Shit. It's on all streaming platforms.
Man, everything is on everything. Just type in Mr.Wired Up, go to one of me.
Okay.
You type in Mr.Wired Up, that's what's gonna pop up. The first thing gonna pop up is probably an article if you type it in on Google. But you type in anything on any digital streaming platform, Mr.Wired Up. Subscribe to the YouTube, Mr.Wired Up, oh boy. I got some new videos I'm finna drop coming soon. So It's more work coming. I ain't doing it. Pandemic or not, I'm still about to work.
Listen, me too. That's why we here today.
I'm about to